everybody, it's Mike Weller, the Weller Group at Keller Williams Realty, your Orange County Senior Real Estate Specialist, and we are here with another edition of our Senior Resource Roundup. And my guest today on the line is my colleague and friend, Stacy Podres from Marina Diamond Watch. Hi, Stacy. How are you today?
Hi, Mike. Good to see you. I'm well,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks for being here. So I know what you do. I think it's very interesting what you do, but why don't you tell the folks at home and watching a little bit about what you do?
Of course, I am an estate and fine jewelry buyer. What I do is I purchase fine jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, and we take that jewelry and we repurpose it or refurbish it to be resold. So we are a full service fine jewelry company.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of jewelry, watches, you mentioned coins. Is there anything else, like any other little tidbits or items that you guys do purchase?
We do. We also purchase sterling silverware sets and flatware pieces. And we even purchase dental gold, which is kind of a fun thing that people don't often realize is of value.
Gentle gold. Okay, so tell me about that a little bit. Give me an example of, when you might come across that.
So if you have had a crown done, a gold crown done in your mouth, they generally use 16 karat gold for dental work.
Right.
And you pay a lot of money for those going in. So you might as well get a little bit back when you have those changed out for possibly porcelain crowns or a bridge.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, that's something that people probably don't even realize or never thought of that they can, get a little bit of money back and sell those later. So I know a lot of times you're working, you work with various types of people, but certainly your services really help a lot of people in this, a lot of seniors and a lot of people in the senior market. And then also, families of seniors and people working on clearing out estates and closing estates, things like that. What are some of the things that estates often have that people don't even realize that they might have that are worth a little bit of money?
You know, it's interesting. A lot of times what people have set aside thinking that it's valuable because maybe it's old or maybe because it was in special packaging. Oftentimes, those are not the pieces that bring in the most money. It's oftentimes just your everyday items, like your old class rings, or maybe a gold charm bracelet, or a gold chain from the 80s, or things
Right.
like that. Because with the gold market being so strong right now, oftentimes those bring in significantly more than some of those little vintage treasured pieces.
Yeah, no, I could see that. It's really all about the metal. It's not so much about the collectibles are very niche. They're worth something to just the small amount of people that are interested in that particular collectible, but something like gold or silver, I mean, that has that appeals to everybody in a more I don't know, it has more
Kind of a
broad appeal, I suppose.
universal,
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
yes.
Yeah. So what's the most interesting thing you've ever come across in doing this? The most interesting item?
The most interesting item I think I've purchased, other than I've purchased some crazy gold bridges and gold teeth that were made in the early 1900s. So it's fun to see how much the dental world has evolved in the
Yeah.
crude and some of those pieces that I found. But I think the most interesting and the most beautiful piece I purchased was a diamond pendant. It was kind of a isosceles triangle shape. And when I looked at it further, it had a little lever on the side. And when I opened the excuse me,
Clever.
the
No
lever,
worries.
it was a little tiny pair of opera glasses. So women would wear this as a necklace to
Oh,
the
yeah.
opera, and it was a beautiful piece of jewelry. And then they could pop out their little mini opera glasses exactly and hold them
Yeah.
up.
Yep. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, were the opera glasses, they weren't made of gold or any metal, were they?
They were not.
No. Okay. Okay. So interesting, interesting. So you buy these items. And I picture you having just like some room in your house with all of these things, but I don't think that's what happens to them. So tell us about what happens when you do purchase these items.
So everything that we purchase is purchased with the intention of reselling it. So it will, if it's an estate piece that we feel is resellable in today's market, it'll be polished and cleaned and refurbished and sold as an estate piece, or it will be repurposed and turned into something new and beautiful. So we can remove the stones and reset the stones in different pieces of jewelry. And we can use the metals, you know, either the gold or the platinum or the silver in new pieces that we make. So everything we buy is reused in some way.
Okay, good to hear. Very environmental as well. So,
Exactly.
um, yeah. So sometimes I talk to you and you'll be in the car going like you'll be going down to San Diego or you're going to Ventura or somewhere like up the coast or down the coast. So what's your whole coverage area? What does that look like?
So by car, I generally cover from Santa Barbara County down to the Mexican border and out to the desert cities. And
Mhm.
then we can also service, we have a lot of out-of-state clients that we service with overnight mailing labels. So we send them an insured label that goes right to their email. And if they get it to us, if they get it out by 5 p.m., we get it the next morning by 10 a.m. and we can have money in their bank account by noon.
Oh, wow, that's pretty quick. That's a pretty quick turnaround. So, so yeah, I mean, during regular times, I guess, you're spending that time in the car traveling and you're doing basically, you're coming out to people's homes. I mean, you're really like doing a house call. You're providing a service there, whether you're going to San Diego or Santa Barbara, the desert, somewhere in between. Um, right now we have this COVID-19 pandemic going on and we're in a little bit of a different environment. So how have you adjusted? Like, what does that look like right now for you guys?
So as you can imagine, there is a great need for many people just to have some additional cash flow during this time. So we are still able to service our clients. We have just adapted a little bit. And what we're doing now is we're doing porch pickups. So we arrange ahead of time a scheduled time to arrive. We ask our client to take a photo of the items that they are leaving. And when we arrive, we make a phone call and let them know we're out front. And so they're able to put their items out on the porch, and we run up and take them with us and take them right back to be evaluated. And then they are paid that same day. We call them back and we let them know what we looked at, what we're able to purchase, what our offer for the items is. And if they accept the offer, we're able to pay them that same day, either via Venmo, bank deposit, or we will return with cash. And if they decide to hold on to a few items, or maybe there's some items that we can't buy, those are returned to them as well.
Okay. Okay. So a really quick and easy way for people to liquidate jewelry that's around their house or other items that might be around the house or around some house they might be working on cleaning out or cleaning up. So, and really, other than not sitting at a kitchen table with somebody, like you talked about before, you have out of state clients overnighting things. You've kind of already worked in this type of environment, so you're able to service everybody still appropriately.
Absolutely. And we can even arrange a Zoom interaction if they would like to be involved in the whole process. We
Sure.
can arrange that as well. And I think importantly that, people don't always realize that they're sitting on a lot of money. Some of those little pieces that are just sitting at the bottom of your jewelry box can be worth quite a bit. I brought a little sample bag with me this morning of just this little
Oh, let's see
bag.
this.
Hopefully you can see this here. Just
Okay.
this
Yep.
little bag here is worth just under $500. So
Wow.
it doesn't have to be a lot to add up quickly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start looking around my house to see what I can find, and I'll give you a call back. So, um, okay. Well, hey, anything else you want to share with everybody before we sign off here, Stacy?
I will share a little fun tip that people often find interesting. You mentioned that we also buy gold and silver coins, and kind of a fun fact is U.S. currency prior to the year 1965 was actually made out of coin silver, which is 90% silver content. So now that the kids are home, and if you have, a big coin jar laying around, or grandma and grandpa have a shoe box that they rolled a few coins in, that's a fun project to put the kids on because they have that sharp eyesight. And if they look for dimes, quarters, half dollars, anything that is dated 1964 and prior is actually worth some money, worth more than
Wow.
its numismatic value.
Okay, awesome. And if they find that, what should they do with those things? What should they do with those coins?
And they can reach out to you, Mike, to connect to me, or they can find me on Facebook. My last name is spelled Podres, so it's Stacy Podres. I'm on Facebook, and we can schedule a time to meet and go over what they have.
Awesome,
There's
awesome.
never an obligation. Everything is, our services are all complimentary consultations, and there's never an obligation to sell. And so if they decide to hold on to a piece, then they can certainly do that.
Okay. And yeah, you guys can connect with Stacy through me, or her phone number is here on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to give her a call directly. So, well, thanks again, Stacy. It was awesome having you on today. Stay safe, and I will certainly talk to you soon. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.